May we request everyone to please be seated so that we can start the program. Secretary Arthur P. Tugade, Secretary Michael L. Dino, members of Mactan-Cebu International Airport Authority Board, distinguished guests, at mga kapwa kawani sa gobyerno, good afternoon. To start this afternoon's program, we would like to request everyone to stand for the invocation. Heavenly and most gracious Father, we come before you to magnify and glorify your precious name and to give all the praise, honor, and glory you deserve. We humbly request your overflowing blessings upon our lives. We also take this opportunity to thank you for those blessings you have bestowed upon us, that we take for granted, and the numerous ones on the way. Bless us with love, joy, peace, and happiness. Bless us spiritually, financially, and also with good health. Keep us safe, O loving Lord. Those among us who lack wisdom, bless with knowledge. Those who are weak, bless with strength. Shower with energy those who are weary. Those who are blind, bless with sight. And those who are burdened, set completely free. Shower these blessings on our family and friends as well. Help us all to remember that we are blessed to be a blessing to others. Help us to help others even when we're struggling with our own difficulties. Lord, you know the desires of our hearts, and you also know what we deserve. Bless us the best for us. Thank you for all you have done for us. And we declare that your overflowing blessings will rain down upon us. In Jesus' most precious name, amen. Thank you. You may all take your seats. To give the project briefer of the airport development projects, please welcome the OIC of Mactan-Cebu International Airport Authority, Attorney Glenn B. Napuli.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. As you may all know, unang pinuntahan ni Secretary yung Terminal 2. When I learned that pupunta si Secretary, I talked to yung manager sa Terminal 2. Sabi ko, we had to let Secretary pass Terminal 2. Kasi yung mga frontliners natin, nandyan for a year, they have been serving, nagtatrabaho, naka-PPEs, mainit yan. Namatayan na sila, nandyan pa rin. They are risking their lives. They are welcoming our OFWs with smiles. Yung aalis naman, masaya. So, sabi ko, at least ba lang makita nila sa Secretary at mapasalamatan din. So, yun nga, nung pumunta kanina, Secretary, masaya nila, saya nila. Nakapag-picture pa, lahat, nakasmile. Maraming salamat, sir. Talaga doon. Malaking, ano yun, malaking bagay yun sa amin. To be honest, I was here. Nagsimula ako sa MCIA 2007 and never it happened na may secretary na pupunta sa inauguration, mag-inspect. Ikaw lang yan, sir. Totoo yan, sir. So, alam naman natin, si Secretary Tugade was part of the DOTr campaign. So, nagpapasyal, kumakampanya. Pero hanggang ngayon, he doesn't need to do that eh. He has proven na, dami na niya ginagawa. Pero nandito pa rin, nagpapasyal, nagpapakita, pinapakita, kine-check yung mga trabaho. Patapos na yung term. Pero ang sipag parang nagsisimula pa. Kaya idol ka namin, sir. Totoo din yun, sir. So yun, as far as dito, we are proud. Timing yung binuksan siya, nagka-COVID, separated yung Terminal 1 at saka Terminal 2. Yung domestic protocols, iba kasi sa international. So, it was a blessing for us. And kami din yung unang nagkaroon ng COVID-19 laboratory. So, since 2020, we have processed mga 50,000 na Filipinos doon sa laboratory natin. Yung arrivals, 90,000. Ang dami nating natulungan because of that. At saka ang ganda, aalis ka, ang ganda ng airport, mag-arrive ka, galing ka sa magandang airport, pagpunta mo, nakaka-proud. Di ba? So, we are proud as a Cebuano, as a Filipino, we are proud of our Terminal 2. Kaya pinapakita namin sa inyo para makita na rin ni Secretary at saka yung mga taga-media at taga-DOTr. So, yun. Yung next project na dinaanan namin with Secretary is the corporate building. Yung corporate building, sir, is matatapos June 30. So, pinag-usapan na namin. Inimbita na natin si Secretary to be here sa July 31. Mag-inauguration tayo doon with Secretary Dino. Sir, that will be the 31st anniversary ng MCIA. So now, a brief history, yung corporate building, if you remember, 2014, nag-PPP tayo with GMCEC as our partner. So yung terminal building, doon yung offices namin, we had to transfer. So with that, umalis kami sa terminal, na-distributed yung mga offices namin. So, if you look at ito, sa presentation namin, office of the GM nasa waterfront, yung HR namin nasa kabila, yung budget nasa kabila, operations magulo. Yung pag mag-process ka sa MCIA, you have to pass, cross ka pa sa street. Although meron kaming ginawang one-stop shop, hindi pa rin yun enough. So we decided, we really need to have the corporate building. So, for those yung dumaan doon, makikita nyo, kaharap siya sa Terminal 2. Ganito lang naman yung mukha niya. Di ba? Yan lang yung kaya naming design eh. So, yun. We are, as a Cebuano, kasi we are proud to present this to you. Kung magta-transact ka sa MCIA, isang building na lang, napakaganda. It doesn't look like any government facility. And you look at the arches, nakaharap yan sa mga arcs ng Ito yung dating mukha ng lugar na yon. Ginawa na namin ganito. And next. Ganito. So lahat ng offices nandyan na, magtatansak ka, dyan na rin. Di ba nakaka-proud as a Cebuano? Yun yung facility na pinupuntahan natin. Di ba? Yung video, yun, starting August, yun na yung pupuntahan nating building sa mga magtatransact sa MCIA. Yun na. So, we are proud of that. We are presenting it to the Secretary. Pinag-ano talaga namin na lahat will be happy na as a Filipino that we have done something like that. Ito naman yung taxiway na ginagawa natin. Nandito tayo. Ganito. If you will use yung runway 04 at runway 22, yung maliliit na eroplano will land, tapos ang layo pa, iikot. You look at the video. It will take 2 to 3 minutes bago siya makaalis sa runway. Yung papunta pa ng yung nakasunod na eroplano will have to wait. Tapos kung dito naman, ang layo pa niya, doon pa liliko sa kabila. So what we did, ang ano kasi namin, capacity is only 35 aircraft movements per hour. So what we did is we constructed this new taxiway plus apron. Ang nangyari, we can now fully utilize 40 aircraft movements per hour. Kasi pag land dyan, liko na agad dito. Pag sa kabila naman nagland, yung maliliit na aeroplano, dito na. Liliko, alis na agad. So baka pag-land, baka pag-take off na yung ibang aircrafts. So with that, 40 aircraft movements per hour, malaking tulong na yun during peak hours. So we can accommodate more flights, expeditious at madali na yung movement. Now, another reason that we have to do this, pag mayroon kasi mga emergencies, mga bagyo in other airports, tumatawag yan sila, pwede ba namin i-park yung aircrafts namin dyan? Yung sa airports naman, dadalhin nila dito. Hindi namin ma-accommodate. Sa ngayon, we only have 40 slots. So, when we did this one, itong apron, we can accommodate 10 more aircraft. So, 50 aircraft na yung pwede namin accommodate. Yung walang hangars, pwede na dyan mag-park. Yung mga malalaking aircraft, in case of emergencies, sa may bagyo sa North, sa Luzon, sa Manila, sa Clark, sa Iloilo, dito nila dadalhin, they can park here. So, indeed, we are still helping. Now, ito napag-usapan din, ito suggestion ni DJ, subject to further study. Pwede din siyang gawing runway for small aircraft, very small aircraft. Yeah, DJ. Ito. So, MCIA will be the first airport that will have the second parallel runway. Pero ito, parang third na rin. If in case gamitin natin for small, very small aircraft. So, at least we are proud and happy na marami tayong nagawa. It's part of the Build program of the government.
Mayong hapon kanatong tanan. First, let me acknowledge our idol, Secretary Arthur Tugade. Sir, mayong hapon. Captain Jim C. Sidyongko, Director, sir. Donaldo Mendoza, Deputy to the Director General. Board Member Julius Neri Jr., Annabel Pulvera Page, Attorney Diolito Alvarez, of course, Glenn Apuli, OIC in charge, Andrew Harrison, ASEC Goddess Libiran, Jay Santiago, General Manager of Philippine Ports Authority, Regional Director Eduardo Montialto, ASEC Steve Banoy, ASEC Steve Pastor, ASEC Lopez Banoy, Chairman Agra is also here. Kinsa pa? Regional Director Vic Kaindik, Regional Director Eduardo Montealto. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Pasensya na if ever I did. Ladies and gentlemen, mayong hapon again kanatong tanan. It is a known fact that airports play an important role in the economy, and it cannot be denied that the Mactan-Cebu International Airport plays a major role in Cebu's stature as a major tourist and investment destination in the country. In fact, before COVID-19 pandemic hit the country that resulted in travel restrictions and quarantine protocols, Cebu was bustling with foreign and domestic tourists, driving the economy growth substantially. In 2019, an estimated 4.3 million tourists visited Cebu, generating investments and creating employment for hundreds of thousands of Cebuanos, including those in the countryside. This pandemic has severely affected the economy of Cebu as with the rest of our country. But together with our national and local leaders, we are now looking towards recovery and the gradual reopening of the province to more tourists. Governor Gwen is not here. Sadly, Governor Gwen wasn't able to come today, but I would like to make mention Governor Gwen Garcia, who has been on top of things for Cebu and Cebuano people during this pandemic. Her leadership is the perfect blend of fortitude, love for her people, and political will, balancing health and safety on one hand and livelihood and economy on the other hand. In retrospect, the governor made the right decision as shown by statistics. Cebu accounts for the bulk of Central Visayas economy. The region registered a high unemployment rate of 16.7% in the second quarter of 2022 when the enhanced community quarantine was put in place. The unemployment rate dropped considerably. The unemployment rate dropped considerably to only 7% in the first quarter of 2021. Also, power and petroleum consumption of the industries picked up in the third and fourth quarter of 2020 as businesses resumed operation. The respondents of a business expectation survey conducted in Central Visayas showed an upbeat business confidence this year. Moving forward, we are expecting more domestic and international flights to come to Cebu once we've overcome this health crisis. Thus, the timely completion of the parallel taxiway would boost the efforts of making the Mactan-Cebu International Airport as major regional hub. It will prove useful in optimizing arrival and departure of aircrafts, which we expect to increase over time. Many thanks to our dear President Rodrigo Roa Duterte for being the people's pilot, steering the country to recovery and to the development. Many thanks to Senator Christopher Lawrence Bongo as well for his continued support in providing infrastructure projects in the Visayas. My gratitude to our excellent and very able Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade and his team for pushing for the early completion of this taxiway project, which was supposedly scheduled for completion in 2022. I'd like to mention that under the term or leadership of Secretary Tugade, the Department of Transportation and Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines have completed 121 airport projects, including the Bohol Panglao International Airport, the first eco-friendly airport, and the award-winning Mactan-Cebu International Airport. Of course, we just came from Calbayog City. We opened another airport there, which will really serve Region 8 as a hub, no? During these times. This only proves that our beloved President is serious in pursuing his Build, Build, Build program that aims to propel further the economy of the country's development. Our continued support and cooperation to the government is a testament that we as a people will never be fazed even by the worst of adversaries. Even the unseen ones like COVID-19 and that our optimism enables us to prepare for what's next. So let us keep moving and moving forward. To Secretary Arthur Tugade and the DOTr family, daghang salamat for helping us. As I said, mentioned it in Calbayog. Thank you very much for helping us move forward, because our economy body needs the airports in order for us to open up. And before I forget, I also forgot to mention LTFRB Chairman Attorney Delga. Sir, pasensya. So, Secretary Art, we appreciate you so much for loving Visayas, for taking good care of Visayas, and what OICGM mentioned earlier, that the past secretaries, they never visit the project of MCIA. So this time, a while ago, I mentioned to you, grabe ka kakugihan in Bisaya. Sobrang sipag mo. I don't know how come, hindi ka napapagod. So, Secretary Art Tugade, more power to you, sir, so that we'll have more projects here in the Visayas. Daghang salamat, ug maayong hapon kanatong tanan.
Thank you so much, Secretary Dino, for that message. To introduce our guest speaker for today, let's call again the OIC of Mactan-Cebu International Airport Authority, Attorney Glenn B. Napoli.
Magandang hapon na yan. Tinanong ni Secretary, totoo ba daw? Yes, Secretary, totoo. Ikaw lang yung Secretary na nakapunta, na nag-inspect ng projects namin. Ikaw lang yung, this is the first inauguration na nag-attend ang Secretary of DOTr. So we are proud. To be honest, sir, ilang days yung mga team namin, organizing team, walang tulog, busy, tired, but happy. First time, history. Ito lang naman yung na-prepare namin. Binadalian, but we have to do our best kasi history in the making to. At sana marami pang, visits na mangyayari. Pinakamasipag, kaya idolo namin. Si Sir is, retired na sana to, pero grabe yung energy niya. Mas pasipag pa sa mga bata. Kaya yun, sabi ko sa Basya, Sir, pa-share naman yung memory mo. Pati rin yung energy mo, Sir. Pa-share din nun. Walang biro, totoo yun. Gusto naming makopya yun, Sir. And we are happy. So with that, it is my pride, honor, and privilege to introduce our idol, our very own Honorable Secretary Arturo Tugade.
Please be seated. Maraming salamat sa mainit na pagtanggap. To my dear friend, Secretary Mike Dino, the Presidential Advisor for the Visayan Affairs, Mayo. To my friend OIC Glenn Napoli, OIC of Mactan-Cebu International Airport Authority, Mayo. And let me greet, for the record, the members of the Board of Directors of the Mactan-Cebu International Airport Authority, sa inyong lahat, ma'am, sir, Mayo, magandang hapon. For the record, this is the first time I will put on record that I salute you for a very good performance in managing the affairs of the authority. Kasi po, ma'am, sir, kung wala po sound fiscal management dito sa tinatawag natin na Mactan-Cebu International Airport, wala hong mga proyektong ganito. Your parenting and management responsibility, the way you conduct it, is worthy of emulation. And today, I publicly say thank you, thank you, thank you. To my fellow servants in government, it's nice to be here. Alam nyo, sa totoo lang, kung susundan ko ho yung schedule na ginawa namin ngayong araw na to, na kung saan may interview ako ng alas 6 ng umaga, 6:15, 6:30, 8 o'clock, pagkatapos ng interview, lilipad dito, pumunta sa Kalbayog, makipag-meeting, makipaghuntahan. Pagkatapos mangyari yun, hindi pa natutunaw ang aking kinakain, lumipad at pumunta ako dito sa Cebu upang sabihin, yehey! Kasama niyo ako sa pag-inaugurate ng inyong mga programa. Hindi po ako napapagod at hindi ako mapapagod kung ang aking gawain ay mga programang ganito. Programang nakakatulong sa sambayanan, programang nakakailisip ng ngiti sa mga tao pagkat sa kanilang kaligayahan, kasaganaan at palakpak para bagang sinasabi nila kay Pangulo Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Sir, Mr. President, yung pag-aalala nyo sa sambayanan, lalo't higit sa mga taga Cebu, tamang-tama lang po, sakto. Totoo, Mr. President, mahal nyo ang Cebu, mahal nyo ang sambayanan. Mapapagod? Hindi ako mapapagod, Glenn. I like it. I like being a contributor to the happiness, to the comfort and convenience of our Filipino people. Ngayong araw na to, pagdating, sinalubong ako ng Philippine Coast Guard, pwede naman diretso na lang ako. Pag mamartyahin pa ako sa tinatawag na arrival honor, maghakbang-hakbang ka dyan, konting pagod yun, pero pipilitin mo makangiti pagkat sasabihin mo sa Philippine Coast Guard, salamat sa painit na pagtanggap. Pagkatapos ng mainit na pagtanggap, pupunta ka sa Terminal 2. At nagpapasalamat ako na dinala ko ni Glenn Napoli sa Terminal 2 pagkat nagkaroon ako ng oportunidad upang sabihin sa ating mga medical frontliners, sa inyong lahat na sumasabay at gumagabay sa ating problema sa pandemya, nandiyan at nandiyan kayo. Isang taon na kayong nag-PPE, isang taon na kayong ngumingiti, isang taon na kayong nagsasabi, bayan kasama nyo kami sa pagsugpo at makilaban sa tinatawag na pandemya. Oo nga, 2 o 3 ang namatayan sa inyo, sana ho hindi na madagdagan. Sana ho kayo na medical frontliner, wag na wag kayong bibitaw at bibitaw pagkat kailangan at kailangan namin kayo sa kalusugan at sa kaligtasan ng sambayanan. I appreciate Glenn Napoli for sending me and bringing me there because it gave me the opportunity to say to the frontliners, salamat, salamat, salamat. Nagpapasalamat din ho ako kay Glenn na dinala ko doon pagkat naalala ko yung mga nakaraan na kung saan naaalala ko noon, putikan yung lugar na yon. At kasama ko si Louis Ferrer, si Andrew nandito kanina at nakita ko doon. Sumasawsaw ang aking leather shoes, kasama ko si Jim si Jonko para matapos yung tinatawag natin na world-class airport terminal na pwedeng panlaban sa buong mundo. Naalala ko yon at nangingiti ako. Naalala ko nung in-inaugurate ng ating Pangulo ito, na kung saan he kidded me aside at sabi niya, Art, this is a good project. Ang sabi ko naman, Sir, kapit lang ako dito. Ang totoong nagtapos nito ay yung mga taga Mactan-Cebu International Airport, kasama yung GRM at kasama yung Mega Wide. Ito ho, napaalala sa akin ito at nagpapasalamat ako at nabigyan ako ng pribilehiyong maalala yung nakaraan sa ating mga frontliners. Natuwa at nakita ko yung tinatawag natin na corporate building. Sabi ko, it's nice to be identified members of the Board of Directors with the Mactan-Cebu International Airport Authority. Pagkat napakaganda ho yung imahe ng building. Talagang you will have the aura to take pride and say, yes, this is our building. Yes, this is where we are going to work. Napakaganda. At dahil sa kagandahan na aking nakita, sabi nyo matatapos by the end of June, sabi nyo mag-i-inaugurate kayo ng July 31, Glenn? Ang sabi ko, aaten ako. Kasama ko si Secretary Dino. Aaten ako. Can you, Mr. Lopez, can you black that out? I shall be here. Ito ho ang mga ginawa at ginagawa natin ngayon. Ngayon nakatayo ako dito sa isang lugar na kung saan binabaybay at tinitignan ko yung tinatawag natin na taxiway. Na kung saan yung 35 aircraft movement per hour ay magiging 40 aircraft movement per hour at yung parking of aircraft magiging 50. Malaking bagay ho ito in making sure that the movement of the aircraft that are traveling dito po sa Mactan-Cebu International Airport ay magiging mas maluwag, mas safety, at mas kaaya-aya. You members of the board, you Glenn, and you management of the Mactan International Airport Authority, I say, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Kasi ho, kung wala pa inaantay natin yung parallel, second runway parallel, ito ho ay malaking tulong upang sa ganon, yung kaganapan ng paglipad ng mga aeroplano sa kapaligiran ay magiging maigting at malakas. You have to be congratulated for the vision of putting this up. You have to be congratulated for realizing the vision that you have to put this up. Sa inyong lahat, I'm happy to be with you today. My day, mind you, has not ended. From Calbayog this morning hanggang early this afternoon, nandito ako ngayon at nakikipag-isa sa Mactan-Cebu International Airport sa mga proyektong ginagawa ninyo. Pagkatapos nito, tatakbo ako sa kaap upang ganon pasinayanan yung tinatawag na two-story corporate building nila. Ito ho ay magpapakita na talagang madaming aktibidades at aksyon na nangyayari dito sa Mactan International Airport nang sa ganon mananatili itong airport na ito, itong paliparan na ito na magiging world-class at really world-class competitive na pwedeng ipagmalaki hindi lang ho ng mga Cebuano, hindi lang ho ng members of the boards of Mactan International Airport, but ng lahat ng Pilipino. The President will always be with you in making sure that the progress, development, and activity in Cebu will always be there. Kaya nga ba't nandito ngayon tayo? Okay, Mactan International Airport Authority. Mamaya, nandun ho tayo sa Kaap. Bukas nasahan ho ako. Kaya nandito ngayon yung LTFRB, nandito ngayon yung road sector. Pagkat bukas, titignan ko ho yung kabuuan at alignment ng bike lane. This is an active transportation system na makakatulong again sa buong Cebu. Titignan at babaybayin ko ho yung tinatawag na BRT program na kung saan, Mr. Dino, Sir, Secretary, yung partial operability ng BRT ay bibigyan katotohanan namin sa isang pagpupulong-pulong bukas. So at habang ginagawa yan, may anunsyo ho kaming gagawin. Nandiyan dyan si Delgra, nandiyan dyan si Steve Pastor. Ano yung anunsyo? Ipipilit at i-anunsyo namin yung tinatawag na free ride para sa ating mga medical frontliner, para sa ating mga apor, para sa ating mga workers in essential services. Libreng pamasahe. Ayan ho yung target namin. Para nang sa ganon, yung pamasahe na dapat iukol ng mananakay sa kanilang plete o pamasahe, hindi na ho gagastusin, makakadagdag sa kanilang gastusin sa kanilang mga mahal sa buhay. Gagawin ho namin bukas yan. I am not preempting what we will do, but we will also make, sir, with the approval of the Board of Directors, I will push and push for the extension of the runway of Bantayan Island. At pag-uusapan ho natin na kung saan, sasabihin natin, kung walang pondo dito, baka yung pondo nandito, pero dapat lang ituloy yung extension ng Bantayan Runway. Salamat ho sa inyong palakpak. Ang ibig lang sabihin, mapapadali yung meeting ng board meeting natin bukas. Pagkat pag binuksan ko yung bunganga ko, sasabihin nyo, I move for approval. Maraming salamat ho. Today, I come. Dumaan ho ako sa perimeter wall. Naalala ko many years back when I was working in Cebu. Ang aking trabaho noon, ako ho'y negosyante, ako ho'y freight forwarder. Wala na ho yung kumpanya na yon. Pwede kong sabihin ang pangalan, Emery Freight Forwarding Company sa Kayusep. Naalala ko ho, nung nag-iba at tinamaan yung tulay. Ako ho, kasama yung aking mga management, tinutulak namin ang kargamento sa ibabaw ng tulay para they will meet the schedules of flight arrival and flight departure of the cargo. Ginawa at ginawa ko yon. Noon pa man, bago ako nagpupunta dito, mahal ko na ang Cebu, nagnegosyo ako dito. Ang problema lang, walang Cebuanang nagmamahal sa akin. And so today, I gave you a bit of what I have been in Cebu. I will always be in Cebu because my heart is with Cebu. Kasama ko ho si Secretary Dino. Alam niya kung gaano namin pinagtutulakan ang progress of development ng Cebu. Alam po niya yan. Alam ko yan because naging mabait ang Cebu sa akin nung ako'y negosyante. Cebu, mga mamamayan ng Cebu, kung ginagawa ko ito, ako ho'y nagsusukli at nanunukli sa kabutihang ibinigay ninyo during my early days nung ako'y naghahanap buhay. Mabuhay kayo, Cebu. So today, I thank you for inviting me here. Alam niyo ba, overnight ako dito para makatuloy na? Nakangiti pa rin ako, ma'am. Ang ibig sabihin, gusto ko yung nangyayari. Gustong gusto ko. At sinalubong ako ni Kaindek kanina. Dito ba si Kaindek? Putangin na mo, Kaindek. Ako. Pumunta ako dito. Isang dahilan kung bakit ako pumunta dito direct. Kakain ako ng wasay-wasay. Kaya, nung nakita niya ako, boss, may wasay-wasay. Gusto ko pang magsalita. Iiksi ang saka gusto ko nang kumain ng wasay-wasay. Sa inyong lahat.
Thank you so much, Secretary Arthur P. Tugade. We truly appreciate your words here, sir. And
we can open this taxiway.
Sir, follow up lang. Can you tell us specifically anong requirement nire-require ni Kaap from MCIA for the second taxiway?
Alam niyo ho, karamihan ng mga requirements para sa runway, sa taxiway, sa apron, hindi lang po nanggagaling sa Kaap yan. Nanggagaling ho sa mataas na otoridad yan na kung saan sila ho yung nagko-control. Ito ho yung mga requirements regarding length, width, lighting facilities. I assure you, ma'am, dahil nandito ngayon to at nandito yung Kaap, nasaan si Jim? Jim, I assure you, ma'am, mamadali namin yung approval kasi ayos na to para nang sa ganun magamit sa lalong madaling panahon itong tinatawag natin na extended taxiway. Ayos ba? I-thumbs up mo kung ka. Ayan, naka-thumbs up. Pag hindi na-commit, bugbugin nyo si Jim, si Jonko.
Thank you, Attorney Glenn Napoleon, Secretary Tugade. What's your next question, Ma'am Morissette?
Thank you po, Attorney Glenn. My next question will be directed to Secretary Tugade. Secretary, we would just like to ask updates on the Cebu BRT. How soon can we start the construction of the platforms for the BRT?
Sana ho, papayagan niyo akong sabihin as soon as possible. Nandito ho sa tabi ko, sa kanan ko si Secretary Mike Dino. Ito ang napakakulit. Gusto niya talagang maumpisahan ko na yung tinatawag na BRT. Bukas ho, pag-uusapan namin kasama yung road sector, nasaan si Kwan, si Pastor, nandiyan si LTFRB, si Chuck. Pag-uusapan natin ito, ang partial operability natin is kailan? This year. Sa inyong katanungan, ma'am, galing sa road sector, kay Pastor, saka kay Chuck Delgras, saka sa akin, December this year, ang target ho namin na partial operability. Bukas ho, in addition sa bike lane, babaybayin ko yung alignment ng BRT. Tama ba, sir? Ang plano nila, kasi may board meeting ng 10 o'clock, sabi ko, I want to spend more time with the people. Mag-umpisa tayo ng bike lane sa BRT alas 7 ng umaga. Para pagpunta ko sa board meeting, makareport tayo sa mga board kung ano mga nangyari dito sa Cebu. Okay ba yon? Ma'am, sinagot po kayo ni Steve Pastor, sinagot ni Chuck Delgra, at sinagot ko rin ang inyong katanungan. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Secretary.
Thank you, Secretary Tugade. Thank you, Ma'am Morissette. The second question is from Ms. Johanna Bahenting from Sunstar, Cebu. Her question is directed to GM Glenn Napoleon.
Thank you, Asset. GM, may we ask for updates on the ongoing projects of MCIA, including the GMCAS na proposal to build the third terminal and second runway? What are the updates for that?
Ma'am, good afternoon. Thank you for your question. Ongoing ngayon yung second runway natin, ma'am. We are 32% complete na. Target date natin to inaugurate, invite na natin in advance si Secretary, February, sir. February 2022. Mag-inaugurate tayo sa second runway. Yes, sir.
Sigurado ka? Nandiyan yung board of directors, ha?
Subukan namin, sir. Pero di lang Valentine's Day kasi baka busy ka. After na lang. Actually, may yung target dyan, but pagpunta ni Secretary last time, sabi niya, agahan na natin. So, we agreed na what we will do, we added more teams, more equipment para mas mabilis siya. You know naman na nagka-pandemic, may problema talaga kasi yung mga tao may stigma o pagtatrabaho. But we are still pushing forward. Ito nga, natapos maski may pandemic, di ba? For a year. So, yun, tatapusin natin. Kasi natapos to, matatapos yung corporate building, yung mga engineers namin will be focused na lahat doon sa second runway. As for the third terminal naman, wala pa tayong plano dyan, especially na nagka-pandemic. So we are expecting next year, we will be starting to grow pa. So hindi pa kailangan. Yung Terminal 2 natin, kaya pa naman up to 14 million na passengers kaya natin. We are, prior to pandemic, we are 12.5 million. So babalik tayo sa data na yon at saka tayo magpaplano for the third terminal. So second round na ito muna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Len.
Thank you, GM Napuli. The next question is from Mr. Dale Israel from CNN Philippines. This question is for Secretary Tugade and Secretary Dino.
Good afternoon, Secretaries. A few years back, there was mention of other mass transportation projects aside from the BRT. For example, there was mention of a monorail, a cable car. So what is the status of these proposed projects?
Tuloy ho yun, nasubmit na sa NEDA. In fact, yung first phase ng BRT, kasama ho yung cable car, hindi ba? Kaya lang, may partial operability to. Is the cable car still a component? Yes. Is the monorail still a component? Yes. It has been submitted to NEDA. And itutuloy-tuloy ho natin. Yung partial operability, hindi ho hangarin namin lahat yan mag-operate in the length and depth we want it to be. Siyempre, partial. Maganda ho yung may partial operability para nang sa ganon. Sa mga darating na panahon, kung meron gustong itigil yan, hindi na ho maititigil kasi na-experience na ho ng sambayanan at tuloy-tuloy na yung proyekto niyan kasi na itanim na natin interoperability. Kung mararapatin po, ipapasa ko yung mikropono kay Secretary Mike Dino para sa kadagdagang informasyon.
Right now, hello. Right now, the monorail will be ready, I think, by first quarter of next year. No? We are still awaiting the approval of NEDA, but the NEDA technical board is already meeting with this. No? They're already taking care of this. Hopefully, by first quarter of next year, we can already start the monorail. As to the cable car, the proposal from the private sector has been submitted to our office, but of course, it has to pass through, number one, NEDA again, and of course, the technical group of the DOTr.
Okay, maraming salamat po Secretary Tugade and Secretary Dino. Our last question for today's press conference will come from Ms. Angeli Tahapal from Radyo Pilipinas, and her question is for Secretary Tugade.
Good afternoon po, Secretary. With regards po sa inspection ng bike lanes bukas, may we ask po, ano po yung specific na titingnan natin at invited po ba yung media dito, Secretary?
Ma'am, ngayon lang sasabihin ko, invited kayo. Kung gusto mo mag-bike, meron kang sasabayan na magbabike kasama si Banoy Lopez. Taas mo kamay mo, Banoy. Magbabike ka. Ikaw, Steve, magbabike ka. Ikaw, Ochi, magbabike ka. Di ba? Sila ho, meron pa isa. Si Jay Santiago, magbabike. Kalimutan mo na si Hope, hindi magbabike. Kasi time is of the essence. Ma'ams, kumbidado ho kayo. Sana makasama kayo para makita nyo yung paano namin ilinulunsad yung tinatawag na active transport system. Dalawa ho yung component ng active transport system. Isa ho yung bike lane, pangalawa ho yung walk, yung dagdag lakad. Yes ma'am, kumbidado ho kayo. Mamaya, pag na-firm yung sinabi ko, sama ho kayo. Sama na kayo.
Okay, that concludes our press briefing for today's event. Thank you very much po, Secretary Tugade, Secretary Dino, and GM Napuli, and to our friends from the media. Thank you very much po. God bless us all.
Thank you. Thank you. In behalf of the Cebuanos, Secretary, isa lang yung hindi ko pinaniwalaan sa sinasabi na walang Cebuanang nagmamahal sa'yo. Hindi totoo yun. Hindi ako maniwala doon. But really, we are happy. We are happy. Salamat talaga, sir. Punta